God have mercy on our souls, dude.
Yeah, man. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the SteelTwins podcast, episode 6, part 1, coming at you with the Steelers versus Bucs week 6 preview, where the Steelers return home and looking for the first home victory. Will they get it? Probably not. If I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
It's hard to really see going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady and company.
It's not just that. It's just after what we saw last week and seeing how this team has done nothing of substance since week 1. No promise whatsoever. No care whatsoever.
And the way that they've acted and have been acting.
On the field, in the locker room, on social media. It's obvious we're in a rebuild year. I understand that. We're not going to see much winning. I don't know how much winning we're going to see. In fact, I don't know if we see any winning until after the bye, which, in my opinion, that's when the season gets fun.
Yeah.
Until then, we got to stick with what we have now with the team that we got until Watt gets back. Pickett's a little more conditioned in the starting lineup. Maybe we get Calvin Austin in there. But until then, man, we're stuck with this tough schedule, and that continues with the Bucs. We got blown out horrendously by the Bills, 38-3. Our worst defeat, our worst blowout defeat since 1989 when we lost 51-0 versus the Browns.
Yep.
That's how long it is, and that goes to show you the state that this team is in right now. It took that long for us to get a worst blowout victory. It's the worst blowout victory in the Tomlin era. And honestly, it seems like we're seeing blowouts a little more often now. We saw it a bunch last year, and now it's the same this year.
Yep.
And I know the Bills are an elite team. I know they're probably the best team. They're probably Super Bowl favorites. But just like Ryan Clark said, man, you have to be prepared. You have to come prepared no matter what is thrown at you.
Exactly. Like, they knew who they were going up against.
Yeah.
And they still didn't give a crap.
Yeah. And I know this is a rebuild year. I get that. So our expectations shouldn't be too high. And it was already low heading into the season. It's probably a lot lower now throughout the rest of the year, especially before the bye.
Right. But that doesn't give them, the players and the coaches, the right to simply say,
fuck it.
Screw this game.
Yeah.
We don't care.
It doesn't give them the right to say, I give up. It doesn't give them the right to throw in Chris Boswell when we're down 3, 4, 5 possessions and he misses 2 field goals.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable at all. And it's been too reoccurring for many years, honestly.
Because we saw last week against Buffalo, there was no ounce of care.
None.
And there was laughing on the sideline. There was chuckling on the sidelines in the locker room, to which Arthur Millette was very pissed about.
As he should be. Because
where he was very vocal in the locker room, where he was telling them, you got to love it.
And this is someone that hasn't even been in the locker room for no more than 2-3 years. This is someone that's not really seen as a leader or an impact player, but this is someone that's the starting nickel guy that comes in and actually cares about winning, cares about showing effort.
And he's shown the pride and the courage of being a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Something that is a lost art. You wonder why we have all these guys up on the wall and no current gen guys? Because I didn't see none of these guys get blown out ever. Granted, I wasn't alive when most of these guys played outside of the 2 up here. But nonetheless, when you look at history, I mean, these guys played to the black and gold standard. You watch that Troy Polamalu Hall of Fame speech. He talks about our culture, Steelers culture.
What it meant to embody a Pittsburgh Steeler, what it meant to represent the black and gold, the Pittsburgh Steelers logo.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'd personally play that speech 24/7 in the locker room, if I'm being real with you.
Yeah.
But resulting in what we've seen so far this season, and the no care and the reports that are coming out, and the criticisms that guys like Deontay Johnson have given Ryan Clark for doing his job and criticizing the Steelers, which, can you ever be mad or ever disagree with Ryan Clark when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers recently? That's a guy that lived in the prime years of the Steelers culture, with some of the greatest that's ever put on the logo.
Yeah.
And here is Ryan Clark, man, getting criticized by Deontay Johnson. I'm sorry, Ryan Clark does your job a hell of a lot better than you are, and you get paid $18 million to drop passes. That's another guy that needs to step it up, man. It's another guy that needs to just Shut out the noise. Remember, shout out to Daryl Drake. May he rest in peace. Remember his catchphrase?
Yes, of course.
Shut out the noise.
Of course.
All you guys are doing is embracing the noise and letting it be known on social media. Shut out the noise. Let your fucking
Work
play
on the field.
Exactly. Do.
Yeah.
Let your play on the field do the talking. So let's see it. Let's see some. Let's see a better Pittsburgh Steelers team, man. This
Please.
is in Heinz Field.
This is
Kenny Pickett's first start in Heinz Field. This is Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucs.
And all I ask is that you guys show pride, that you guys show care, that you guys show fight.
Yeah, we're not anticipating a dub.
Oh, hell no. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm not anticipating a win against Tom Brady and company. I'm not.
No, I mean...
All I ask is that you show care, that you show fight, because at the very least this season is what we all expected was them showing fight in every game.
Exactly. We did not expect a lot of wins, but I did expect this team to be a little bit more competitive because that's the Pittsburgh Steelers' nature. That's what I entrust Tomlin to put upon this team. None of that has been shown so far. And I don't know what I'm watching every Sunday. I hope they prove us wrong in this game against the Bucs. I'm not betting on it. I'm not counting on it. This is just me and Rob speaking from the heart, speaking for a majority of Steeler Nation, man. Start playing like you mean it. You may not see a lot of dubs this year, but play like you mean it. Play like I can't believe I'm going to say this, and shout out to Ryan Clark because he said the same thing. Play more like the Lions. They're not seeing a lot of dubs, but they're the highest scored offense in the league, and they play with heart. Why can't we do that? We have the talent.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that the Detroit Lions, a franchise that has not seen much success in 50 to 60 years, and they've shown more fight than we have.
Yeah, I don't understand it. And we have the talent. Absolutely. Hell, we've had the talent for years, right? Keep saying it. But even more so now, the team is so young and so surrounded by a lot of talent on both sides of the ball.
And they can grow game by game.
Right, but no one is expressing that talent. Deontay drops. Claypool drops using 0% of his measurables. Kenny Pickett, man, you need to start benefiting him. He's a rookie quarterback making his second career start, his first in Heinz Field. Help the kid out.
Not just help Kenny, help the other guys that embody a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yeah.
Guys like Hayward, guys like Minka, just to name a few. Those guys can't be the only one trying.
No.
Everybody else needs to do their part.
And the reason why we speak on this is because of everything that's come out this past week, but also what we've seen all season. But I'm a Tomlin defender. I really am. I love Coach T. In fact, I still trust Coach T. I trust him through this process. I'm not going to harbor on him having one losing season, his first losing season this year, because it's inevitable at this point.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, the decisions he's made and, what this team is at and how they're acting, it's becoming too reoccurrent. And when Tomlin says that change could be coming or he's open to change in the coaching staffs or players on the field, and he's kind of done that. He benched Mitch. He benched Gunner. So he's kind of showing it, but more times it's a lot of talk and no action with Tomlin. So I hope we see some more action, and especially with the fact that we have nothing to lose at this point this year. Nothing to lose. We know we're in a rebuild. The team has accepted that. That doesn't mean they should play down or play ignorant or play like there's no effort and no care. But they've already accepted we're in a rebuild year. Most fans have already accepted that as well.
Yeah.
So what do we have to lose? So let's get some other guys in there. Let's see some new faces in the lineups on both sides of the ball. And for this game and for the rest of the season, because, again, we have nothing to lose. Let Kenny sling it. Let the kid have fun. Let this offense run free. Stop being conservative. Stop being generic. Stop being vanilla. Stop constantly just 3-and-outing. Be aggressive. Open the playbook. Let the offense have fun. At the same time, players have to step it up. Guys like Najee, right? We all love Najee. But he's had an underwhelming season. And it's not all entirely his fault. The line's still inconsistent. It's very wish-washy, I suppose, especially the run blocking. But Najee's been a little underwhelming in the fact that he's not seeing holes right. And it seems like that injury he suffered in the preseason is it's bugging him. That's not confirmed. That's just speculation. But I'd imagine, he's not the same player. He's not the same guy that we saw last year. So I'm associating some of it with the injury. I'm associating some of it with the O-line, but I'm associating some of it as well with Najee. So what I mean by we need to start seeing certain guys in the lineup where, no matter the grade that you guys got on these players like Najee, like Claypool, like Devin Bush, when certain guys are doing better, put them in. You have nothing to lose. So let's see some new faces in the lineup because those guys right now are doing better and could be doing better and could result to change for this team for both sides of the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's see a little bit more Jalen Warren. I'm not saying bench Najee.
Well, they're not going to bench Najee.
No, they're not.
He was their first-round picks last year, and he's still got a lot of hope. He's still got a lot of potential. He showcased that last year. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
There's something about Najee. Like you said, I don't know if it's the injury. I don't know if it's the distrust in the offensive line. I have no idea. But Najee does have to play better. He does have to do better.
Right.
But Jalen Warren has definitely looked, like the better running back this year. He's actually a little bit more explosive. He has more burst.
He's better in pass pro. He's better in the receiving game.
And he has more fight in him when it comes to running the ball as well.
Right.
Not to say Najee doesn't have fight. He definitely has fight.
Oh, we all know the type of player Najee is, but we're not seeing that right now. What the reasons are, hopefully those come out soon. But, yeah.
So let's see what the kid in Jalen Warren's got. The undrafted rookie who fought his way to beat out Benny Snell for the number 2 running back, and week by week he showcased more why he's earned that role.
And again, man, I say let Kenny sling it, but the way to beat Tom Brady, the way to beat the Bucs is you got to control the clock. You have to keep them off the field, especially against a defense, the Steelers defense that is horrendous right now. And I have zero trust until TJ Watt comes back.
Yeah.
So let's use the running game, but also let this offense just run free. Let's see guys get more involved. Open the playbook. Let these guys just have fun. I'm not anticipating it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sound like a broken record probably every week because I'm going to keep preaching that. And I don't know how often we're going to see it, especially since we already know Canada's not going anywhere. And most guys probably aren't going to be benched because the Steelers taking accountability for their failures. I haven't seen it in the past couple years.
Yeah.
And the same thing with what we said about Najee and Warren results to the defense as well. Guys like Devin Bush, we know we're not bringing them back this year. Why would we? You're not bringing them back.
Yeah, and Devin Bush, he has not looked good.
So let's see a little bit more Mark Robinson in there. Why not?
What do we got to lose? And the guy in preseason and training camp actually, for a running back turned linebacker, a raw prospect, he's actually looked a lot more promising than Devin Bush.
And honestly, the defensive coaching staff has gotten a lot of flock, and for good reason. For good reason. But shout out to Brian Flores because he's the guy that found Mark Robinson. He looked good in preseason. He took a roster spot over other names. So let's see the kid, man. He's in every game inactive. I have no idea why. Same thing for Isaiah Loudermilk. These are two guys that could change the trajectory of the front seven of the rushing attack.
Yeah.
Which could help us in this game if we were able to get these guys on the field, but I'm not anticipating it. But with the fact of where this team lies right now, let's see some new faces in there to see if there's any drastic changes.
Yeah.
There's not many depth changes they can make. There's not many changes that they can make in bringing guys in.
No.
Just trust the young guys that you guys got. So make Loudermilk, make Robinson some game day actives, and let's get them on the field more. Let's get Jalen Warren in there a little bit more since he's looking like the better running back.
Now let's give these young guys the opportunity.
And the reason why we preach that is, again, because the state that this team is in right now.
It won't hurt to try and experiment.
And until Watt gets back, that's how I'm going to keep feeling, honestly. We're going up against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This may be the very last time Tom Brady plays in Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett gets his first start in Pittsburgh as well, so hell of a story there. But I don't know how competitive this game is going to be.
I think it really matters on how the team, looks at this game, on how they come out in this game, how the coaches come out at this game.
Yeah.
How they feel about this game.
We're facing Tom Brady, who has a horrendous, for us Steelers fans, horrendous history against us. Man, we still have nightmares about him.
Yeah.
He has ruined a lot of our golden years. And he's coming in probably for the last time in Pittsburgh. with Tampa Bay Bucs, which is still a very stacked team. Not as threatening as they used to be, but it's still a very stacked team. He has all his weapons back. The receiving core is stacked, even though certain guys may be out, guys like Julio, but it's still stacked enough that Brady can still sling it. Leonard Fournette, we know what he did against us when he was in Jacksonville his rookie year. He has good history against us, and we know we can't stop the run.
No.
We can't stop anything to save our lives. Are we going to get certain guys back? Could we see Evans back, who should get a lot more appreciation now, seeing what happened against the Bills?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Shout to Edmonds. Do we get Witherspoon back, even though he's been poor all year? I don't know. Maybe we get some of the pieces in the secondary back, but the secondary's been underwhelming as well.
Yeah.
This entire defense has been underwhelming. And I can't keep going on with the TJ Watt excuse because...
Listen, as soon as TJ Watt and the injury came out,
Yeah.
they knew they weren't going to be without TJ for a while. So everybody on that defense, the pass rushers,
Yep.
the secondary, step it up.
Right.
Show fight, show heart.
And the main aspect of this team that certainly needs to step it up is absolutely the front seven. Absolutely the defensive line. Get some push, for God's sake. There is zero push. Zero.
You know, it's real sad because week one when we had TJ Watt, he was a big factor in the pass rush. We had 7 sacks in that game.
Yeah.
The past 4 games, we've only had 3. We only have 10 sacks on the season. I am sure that is at the very bottom of the list when it comes to sacks in the NFL.
It might be. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. I might have to look at the stats, but you might be right.
And we're going up against Tom Brady that never gets pressured.
And he still has a great line. Some new faces interiorly that are stepping in for guys that are injured, but still a great line. So we need to get some push. Harry needs to start getting some push. Highsmith needs to start being more consistent. Malik Reed needs to start playing some football. Guys need to start stepping up. I'm not anticipating a dub. I don't think many of us are. All we ask is to be competitive. That's all we ask. Embody the black and gold nature. Bring that out of you. That's all we ask for. Not going to see a lot of dubs this year, but be competitive. That's why I keep saying that the second half of the season is going to be fun. Watt will be back. Pickett will be more conditioned in the starting lineup. We might get Calvin Austin more involved, right? We might have KZ back off IR as well to help the secondary. That's when the season gets fun. That's when we start showing that potential. But let's see a little bit more competitiveness before that. We're facing some of the best teams in the league next 3 weeks before the bye.
Yeah.
And we're probably arguably the worst team in the league right now. We are tied with the worst record right now. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't just go out there and give up. And I do believe that. They have given up. They did it last week. Can't convince me otherwise. So let's see some care. Let's see some effort. Let's see you bring out that black and gold in you. Seriously, man. That's a message for the Steelers. That's a message for the locker room. Honestly, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's just our passionate feelings, guys. Hope you guys feel the same way. Let us know your guys' thoughts. Can the Steelers pull off the upset and beat the Bucs? This arguably is looking like outside of maybe Miami next week if Tua or Bridgewater don't come back. Could be our most winnable game right now because the Bucs aren't as intimidating. But still, they're still a stacked team. They're still a convincing team. It's Tom Brady. Still gotta like their chances, especially with the way we're looking. But other than that, let us know your guys' thoughts and see you in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!